What's going on, everyone? Bass here. So the Friday injury report for Packers Week 1 has just came out with the injury designation, so let's quickly go over them. This tweet was just put out by Rob Demoski a bit ago, and it states questionable David Bakhtiari and Elton Jenkins, doubtful Lazard, Robert Tonyan is good to go, and Mason Crosby is also removed off the designation list. And this is huge news, seeing both David Bakhtiari and Elton Jenkins questionable for this upcoming Week 1 game. I don't think any of us a couple months ago thought both David Bakhtiari and Elton Jenkins would have a chance to play in this Week 1 game. Obviously, we haven't seen David Bakhtiari in so long, and we all kind of, expected him to at least be ready for this game, but at this point, we really don't know. And Bakhtiari wasn't at practice today, but it wasn't a setback. It could have been just a veteran rest, saying, hey, he's ready to go. Let's not overwork him. Let's get him out there on Sunday at left tackle. Now, obviously, they still are questionable, which there's no more probable on the injury report as there was a few years ago. So technically speaking, yes, these guys could still not play, but it's still a really good sign to see them under questionable because it basically states that they're between a 51% chance and a 99% chance of playing. Getting both of these guys back would be such a huge boost to this offensive line, an offensive line that's been pretty shaky, for lack of better words, this preseason and training camp. Obviously, Josh Nijman is a solid tackle and could fill in at left tackle if needed, if David Bakhtiari cannot go in this game. But the right side of the offensive line has been more shaky than the left side, with Jake Hansen at right guard and Royce Newman at right tackle throughout preseason. Didn't really like that combination there. They were okay in pass protection, but the run blocking was just not there. So getting Elton Jenkins back, I think he slides right in at right tackle. Throughout this preseason and throughout this training camp, when Elton Jenkins did return, he's been doing drills as a right tackle. So that's where I think he's going to go right in at if he does indeed play. And this is super important because the Vikings have a good edge rushing group with Zadarius Smith and Danielle Hunter. Danielle Hunter only played 7 games last year with 6 sacks, but had 14.5 sacks the 2 years prior. And then obviously we've seen what Zadarius Smith can do. When he's healthy, he is still a very dangerous player. So having both of these edge rushers on the opposing defense is very important to have 2 really, really solid tackles. And that's exactly what David Bakhtiari and Elton Jenkins are, of course, when healthy. But the bad news is Lazard is doubtful, so there's pretty much no chance that Lazard is going to play Sunday unless he miraculously recovers overnight. So that means these young wide receivers, I've been saying it all week, are going to have to step up sooner than we expected. Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson should get plenty of snaps in this game. Then, of course, Sammy Watkins will start at the other outside wide receiver and Randall Cobb in the slot. It's going to be interesting to see who they start at the outside receiver to begin. Will it be Christian Watson or Romeo Doubs? My guess is Romeo Doubs because he's just simply had more practice, played in all 3 preseason games, and has a little bit more rapport with Aaron Rodgers. And then, of course, we cannot forget Amari Rodgers. I think we'll get even more snaps because of this as well in the slot. Of course, when Randall Cobb's not on the field, or if they want to use Amari Rodgers in the backfield, he's been getting some reps at running back this week in practice. And then I would also assume wide receiver Samori Toure will also be active for this game. And then, as we saw, Robert Tonyan is not on the injury designation list, meaning he is good to go. Robert Tonyan will 100% play in this Week 1 opener against the Minnesota Vikings. And I've been predicting this pretty much the last couple of months, saying I do believe Robert Tonyan will play Week 1. And this is also such a huge boost to this offense. The Packers don't really have another move tight end that they could put in his place. They have Tyler Davis, and we all saw what he showcased in the preseason. He's definitely not ready to be put into that starting tight end role in the Packers offense by any means. They obviously have Mercedes Lewis as more of that inline blocking tight end, and then Josiah DeGuara more of that H-back role. So really big to get Robert Tonyan back here, especially with Lazard being out. Aaron Rodgers getting back one of his biggest targets in years past, while also losing one of his main targets in Lazard. So at least it's a little bit of a trade-off there. Getting Tonyan back will be big for the red zone, big for third down, and big for Aaron Rodgers. But overall, this is just really great news on the Friday before Week 1. Although it is upsetting to see Lazard not ready for this game, it's just huge, huge news to see both David Bakhtiari and Elton Jenkins questionable for this game, and Robert Tonyan fully ready to go. But that about does it for this video. If you guys want more Packers news, analysis, and updates, I did just put out my game preview. If you want to go watch that, just click the link right above. But everything Packers, from game previews to game recaps to analysis to breakdowns. If that does interest you, please consider going down, clicking that subscribe button, and also turning on post notifications to not miss any of the videos. But that about does it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did, but I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.